Just had a real interesting thought. Wonder if your new Japanese car is going to slowly kill you. Now keep in mind that when the disaster occurred, they had to shut down virtually all auto manufacturing over there because many of the suppliers were in the zones not only affected by the tsunami, but by the radiation leakage. Okay, you've got tons and tons of steel there in areas that are contaminated. You've got tons of billets of aluminum. They're going to be made into transmission cases. You've got transmission cases and engine cases already made up. Now, we've already seen by this that the Japanese manufacturers and governments are absolutely ruthless. They're sending children back into schools where they admit that it's not safe for them to go out and turn off the damn scanner here, where it's not safe for them to go out for recess because the ground's radioactive. And they're sending these kids back to school, and they're telling the parents to drive the kids to school because it's not safe for them to walk. Now, what's going to happen with all that steel that's contaminated, all that aluminum, all the ready-made parts, you know, the dash pad that's already sitting on the shelf there? Do you think that's going to get all, you know, encased in concrete? I don't. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they've already had one case in Japan, excuse me, of a new car coming up radioactive. A guy bought a new car and found out that it was radioactive. So I can see for years the steel, even down to the scrap steel, they're going to be scrapping all these cars that were destroyed by the tsunami. What's going to happen with that metal that they scrap from them? They're going to melt it back down and put it in. There's going to be radioactive hot spots in that. Now, you may think you're safe if you buy a Japanese car that is made in the United States. Nay, nay. Almost all the powertrains come over from Japan. They build the engines and the transmissions over there. There's even a couple of American cars that have manual transmissions that are made in Japan. They purchase them off the Japanese. So I can really see, you know what would be really interesting? To see the public's reaction the first time that either a car that's shipped over here or parts that come over here are found to be nuclear, you know, radiated. You know, glow-in-the-dark stuff. And, you know, it's not like they're going to catch them at the ports because, yes, they have radiation detectors. All they check for radiation is the big cargo boxes that come in. They don't check the cars. The cars come into a different port when they come off the ship, and they're just driven away on trucks. So I wonder what's going to happen when some guy finds out that his Toyota or his Honda is radioactive and has been slowly killing him. What kind of a panic would that make on people that have bought those cars? And I found out an interesting tidbit tonight. Some of the radiation, it's not even like you could take a Geiger counter to the dealer with you and see whether your car is safe or not. Some of the radiation that was expelled from those reactors, a Geiger counter cannot detect, and it's some very dangerous radiation. So it's just a thought, you know. Gonna go out and buy a new Toyota or Honda? Good luck with that. Have a nice evening.